Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. We're still working on drywall. It's not done yet, but getting kind of a late start because today was my Adopt a Highway day, and as a part of a community service project that we engage in, we clean up 7 miles of highway frontage. Now, if you've looked at some of my video where I show like a fast forward driving, that's actually the frontage that we clean up. We do it every couple of months, just pick up lots of trash and just to keep the trash off the highways. It amazes me how much trash gets put out there from people, but we get out there and clean it up every so often. Enough about that. We're going to start working on the bedrooms, and we're going to come out hallway, living room, that sort of thing, and hopefully we'll be done with drywall this weekend. We've got this hall bath all put together, and I elected to put both of the seams at the middle because this is over 8 foot here, and I did the seam at the bottom or in the middle here. That way I could just do one seam and not have to bend over and do it at top and bottom. We tried to get all the blue board up high where the humidity is going to be in the kitchen. Down below it's not going to be too bad. This is the moisture resistant and mold resistant, so you won't have that issue in the kitchen, and that's why we're using it. But we're going to get some lunch and we'll be back in a little bit and pick back up. This morning we're going to go ahead and get started on hanging this drywall in the laundry area and then a little bit of hallway and closets. But before we get started, we have something underneath the tub here that we need to take care of, and I'll show you what that is so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. Alright, so if you can see under here, there's where the drain for the tub connects, but where this wall sits down, you can see some light coming in from the outside. That's actually direct to the outside of the house, so we have to stop up that hole there. We're going to have to block that off and put some concrete in there. So this is going to be fun, but that's what we're going to do first before we put drywall on this wall. Yeah, 61 should be fine. Come on, dadgummit. Well, I don't have a monopoly on good ideas, so
Yeah, me neither. So
so I mean, I understand the dynamic. Okay, so this is going to be fun right here. We managed to get this room completely done today. We got the bedroom on the other side about 3/4 done. We got the exhaust or not the exhaust, but the vent pipe for the drains run up through the roof. That was actually done before I got here this morning. And you see there's our drywall. Mudman's gonna be real happy right there. We just boogered that up. But we'll fix it. Somebody's getting ready to go home. Anyway, so you can see we got our drywall in. We still got to do this wall here, but that won't take long tomorrow. One of the little tricks that we did here, we have a small transition in the wall. This is like a 15 degrees. If you look, this wall kind of comes back a little bit. So what we did, we cut this piece of drywall and we just scored the back side of it right here and left the front paper intact. So you have a nice clean straight joint all the way down to the floor. That makes it, it's a little more difficult to do to get right, but it makes for a nicer finish on the product because when you go to mud, it's a pain to do the end corners anyway. So this way it's a little easier to do the inside corners, and you have corners there that you don't have to worry about them getting screwed up. And then of course we did the same thing here, nice straight line top to bottom. But we'll go on in here and just check out the living room. And of course you see there we have it. We've got all the drywall up here. And it's not the prettiest thing, but we're in the conservation mode as far as the drywall, not wanting to spend any extra than we have to. So you notice that we cut out our headers because we can save scrap pieces for that. We used basically scrap pieces for the little wedges at the top. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but we basically did the same thing over the windows here, these small drop-offs that we used from other places in the house. We just use those for our headers. Same thing there. You see we have the drop-offs. And all these little pieces, we didn't do these first. We actually did all the small pieces last. And that way, you do your small pieces last, and you can use all your drop-offs from where you do your big pieces. So anywhere there's a big piece of drywall going up, if you cut a piece off and you got 24 inches or 30 inches or whatever you got that's dropped off of that and that you're not going to be using, we just keep that, and then we'll go fill in all these other spaces that are small as we find pieces that'll fit that spot. And that saves, it makes it worse as far as finishing the mudding and that sort of thing, but it does save a considerable amount of money not having to buy additional drywall. We've probably saved $200, maybe $300 in drywall, not sheets of drywall we didn't have to buy, just by saving the scrap pieces and filling in where the small pieces could go. But that's how we do this and actually save money and make money on these deals, because if we were spending thousands of dollars on drywall and then you know, it's and then you end up throwing a lot of it away. It's just a waste. So that's what we do. And so if you have any questions about why we have these, like this butt joint here, or why we put a header over top of this door behind me here, then you know, now you know why. All right, you notice I've got some plywood here, and what we're going to do is inside our closets, we're going to put plywood on the sides so that when we go to put our shelving in, we'll have something to fasten to, and it'll let us, because we don't really know where we want to have our shelves when we get ready to put them in. So we're going to put this in first, and it'll give us a solid backing where we can put shelves wherever it is we want to put them, and that way we don't have to worry about, you know, in the future not having backers, because those wall anchors just really don't do well inside of drywall for hanging up, you know, shelves. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Okay, so we got our plywood in here, and we're going to get this brick wall, so we're going to drill this out Tapcons, but we're going to glue everything. So we have our liquid nails here. We're going to glue it up first, then we're going to put our plywood up there, we're going to drill it out, put Tapcons in to hold it in place. Now we won't have to do this on every wall because this is the only one that doesn't have, or this is concrete, so this is the one we got to drill in. The rest of them we'll just put right up against the studs. Yeah, I couldn't get it. So there we have it. That would be a good base now. We'll fasten our drywall on top of here. Then we'll have a place to put our shelves wherever our shelves happen to be. And it'll be a good solid base. Won't have to worry about it in the future. And the screws will not, whatever we put in here will not pull out. Hopefully. I know it's a little bit of overkill, but you know, for what it cost, you know, it wasn't terribly expensive. So I would rather do that than have to fight with it later on with holes pulled in the wall from the shelves falling down or stuff like that. So, you know, it's a little bit of peace of mind for me. So anyway, that's what we got. Just go look, we'll show you. Anyway, that's what we got. Here we have the laundry room. The laundry room is all completed. There's our stub outs for hot and cold for our on-demand water heater that's going to be mounted right here on this wall. I need to be able to read a tape measure a little better. But I picked up my mud today, so tomorrow get some mud on some screws, and then it'll be getting closer. I'm done hanging drywall almost. I've only got a couple of things left. I'll show you real quick. This piece right up here, and along this beam, air handler closet. We've got to put some in here. We managed to get most everything done today. Did not get the drywall finished today. I am 2 pieces of drywall short. What can I say?